Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you can find a description of the day's astrology as I've spelled it out here. Here I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of the day's astrology, may give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is a new one, friends. It's the Nine of Wands. And it's here for a reason. It's here because it represents or corresponds with the second 10 days or the second decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Wands in Tarot are fire element symbolism. Fire element symbolism has to do with taking action. It's that fire, that spark that gets us moving, whether that feels like restlessness or impulse or determination or just, an urge that comes out of joy or out of passion. That's what fire element symbolism is about. And so we come to the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands, I've had a changing relationship with this card over time, and I've come to realize, that Nine of Wands really represents, sort of this resilience that we have. When we've been doing something for so long, you see this person standing up here. They've clearly fought hard for all of their achievements. If you think of those wands as achievements or markers of their achievements. This person has what looks like maybe a bandage on their head. Their sleeves are rolled up. They might be looking a little tired and defensive. Their gaze is moving off toward the past. They're looking back at what they've done. And, it's really like, whew, am I tired? I have really worked hard to get where I am, but I realize that I am not done. Okay, so it takes a little bit of resilience to work that hard, to get very tired, but still, you know that you've got just a little bit more way to go, a little bit more of a push to give, and you're going to go ahead and give it, right? So that's it. You're close to achieving your victory. You have battled for what you know is right. You've battled for what you know you want to accomplish. You may feel tired. You may feel a little beat up, but there's just a little more way to go, and we're going to go ahead and push through, right? So that's the Nine of Wands, and I'm going to turn over this card. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We had this a few days ago, didn't we? So Seven of Pentacles it's really interesting. These are similar cards because this is, I've come so far and I'd like to stop, but there's still a little more way to go. And this is more like, I've put a lot of work in this. I've come so far in building this thing of value for myself. And I still have a little bit more work to do, right? Seven of Pentacles is sort of, I always think this person looks a little bit impatient, a little satisfied with the work they've done. They see the value that they're going to get out of this, but they know that it's not time to sort of harvest that value just yet. There's a little bit of impatience. There's this mode we get into sort of toward the end of a growth and building cycle where things seem to be going pretty well with minimal effort on our part. And wouldn't it be easy just to go ahead and, turn that structure that we've built in, turn that something that we've built like a business, or a house, or a garden full of vegetables, to go ahead and harvest that and go get the value out of it. But it's not ready yet, right? There's still just a little bit more to do. We've got to be patient. We've got to wait. We've got to hold back a little bit from our impulse to move forward. So that's the difference that I see there. But that's the Seven of Pentacles. And how do we see having a little more work to do on the page? Well, my thought naturally turns to Pluto and Capricorn, because Capricorn is earth element symbolism. Pentacles are earth element symbolism. That's about the physical resources you have and what you're willing to do with them to achieve the level of value you need in your life to feel stable, to feel secure, to feel safe in your world, okay? It's very much about the physical world around us and the physical body that we have, what kind of work we're willing to put in, what kind of money we're willing to spend, what we're willing to give of ourselves in a material way. And Capricorn, Mercury is going to go into Capricorn in a couple of days. I think it's going into Capricorn tomorrow, actually. No, it's on Tuesday. Don't listen to me, but please do listen to me. Pluto in Capricorn, just finishing up that 25-year transit in the land of Capricorn right here. It's been 25 years from that point to this point for Pluto. So, and Pluto is the bringer of endings and beginnings, and it's going to move into Aquarius early next year, which is going to be a big relief. And it's also going to be a big shift in where we see things coming to an end and making a new start. So this Pluto transit in Capricorn, watch it though, because it's still a few more months before it moves into Aquarius. So we're still over here sort of bringing an end, tearing down old structures and edifices, old achievements, old institutional things, old habitual ways of being, old just things that we thought we could rely on that would be there forever, and then they just turned out not to do that with Pluto and Capricorn, right? So the world has changed a lot in the last 25 years. Pluto and Capricorn has something to do with that, and when it moves into Aquarius next year, it's going to be more about bringing endings and beginnings to our ways of thinking about what constitutes security, and it's going to be bringing an end to especially like selfish ways of being in terms of bringing about security. We're going to start including everybody in the collective and making sure that the things that we start sort of include and uplift everybody. But here we are in the end of Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn is really bringing us through it, and there are a few months left, so watch some more things that you thought were going to last forever just not last. Okay, watch that happen and understand that there will be work to do once those things have fallen in the new year to recreate structures that we think will stand, but that will stand longer and will stand for everybody. Moon is square to Pluto today, so we might be really feeling those endings and beginnings. When Moon is square to Pluto, stuff comes up from the recesses of our hearts and minds, from our guts, things that we recall, things that we freshly understand, things that we, things that we would rather not have to understand, but now we do, right? It can be challenging, it can be upsetting, and especially in that square position, sometimes we're likely to act out a little bit. So just be aware of that. Be aware of this this impulse to take actions that might just reflect our distress at the stuff that's come up. And we don't want to take that out on anybody, do anything to hurt ourselves or anyone else or anything around us, right? And then we've got that nice void of course today, so we've got some time to deal with ourselves, right? To meditate, to reflect, to get quiet, and let our conversation with ourselves, with our body and our heart, and our conversation with spirit to take place, so that we can calm the mind and focus the intent. Calm the mind and focus the intent. It won't help with Seven of Pentacles in the Seven of Pentacles mode to be impatient, and it won't help to take impulsive actions, regardless of what comes up, while we're still building something of value here, right? The moon is a waxing gibbous right now. We're really putting the effort in, Aries style, to culminate something, to culminate some goals, to bring some things to completion. And there's just a little bit more work to do. And taken together with the Nine of Wands, it's fire and earth, right? So we're really trying to create something that's going to last for a long time. And we've put a lot of effort into it. And we've put a lot of our drive and our spirit and our fire, our passion into it. And we've also just put a lot of sort of labor and material, we've we've fed our goals, we have watered our goals, right? We're watching them come to a place of value, and now we just really have to be resilient. We have to, even if we feel tired, even if we feel impatient, we want to stop for one reason, or we want to move ahead too quickly for another reason. It's time to, put in that extra push, put in that extra drive, and put in that extra bit of labor that's going to bring us there. And it's interesting because this is sort of impatient, and this is sort of patient, right? So we have to have that right combination of really wanting to be on top of our tasks and get them done in a timely fashion, and get this business finished up, right? Without also pushing forward too quickly. And that's also very Pluto and Capricorn. It's also very Mars and Gemini right now. We're trying to push forward. We're trying to take initiative. There are things we want to act on, and we're just getting slowed down. And the message from Spirit right now is, think twice, do a little bit more work, push a little harder, find a creative way to approach this that isn't typical for you, because we are right now reassessing, reviewing, re-envisioning our active ways of approaching things. And I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.